I'm going to be here with you for the whole 3 days, and hopefully I'm gonna finally learn something about the coding and about the graphics and music. So enjoy and welcome.
I'm glad we gathered here again in Binarium to celebrate Demoscene culture, digital art, and the community of Demoscene.
In my dreams and my fun, the Asia, I am a king of my inner space, and I am president of my bed and parliament of my head.
When you're doing art, right, like there's got a lot of wholeness, let's say, you know, you might to exhibit in the galleries, you might exhibit in a space like this, you might to do even stuff in street art. I've been everywhere, so I come from nowhere. So to be with community is practically the bottom. It's foundation for the thing which you can make later. So you met the creative people, so it's all about communications. It's all about like, yeah, open your mind, open your soul, you can get a good friends. You can meet old friends, you know, and no, for sure, it's inspiring all the time.
It's hard to say why I like Demoscene. I joined Demoscene at a young enough age that it wasn't really like, it just was something that I thought was cool and something that my friends were doing at the time, and it's like I thought there was a lot of cool things coming from it. I joined it like around the there was like a really good nice amount of like really good high quality production. It's like 2007, 8, 9 in that era, and I just wanted to be part of that, and I haven't really questioned since then like why I joined. It's hard to say. Like I guess I enjoy it because it's like a sort of like outsider art sort of thing that we're not like really bound to anything like out there in the society that much. So we try to be separate, and I enjoy that. It's a way. It's a form of escapism.
Resolution. Resurrection. Resonation. Demobit.
Yeah, I think I'm really driven by understanding things. So in terms of like the things that I write code for, the things I make music for, so I really like to kind of express myself in both ways. I think it's kind of like, oh, I hear something I like or I see something I like and I kind of want to understand that and break it down. And I really like doing a lot of tools and tech, and a lot of that just comes from a drive to understand maybe similar tools or similar tech, or look at like, okay, this demo had a really cool effect, this demo did really cool sound, how can we kind of break that down or recreate it? Or I heard this weird, crazy sound in this music the other day, and like, how can we build that with our own tools? And I guess it's just, I like building everything from the ground up because you kind of get that mix of like really deep tech and kind of understanding at a very low level how everything works, and at the same time you get the expressive high level stuff, and I like to kind of meet in the middle with making tools. The Demoscene especially is really good at like making almost a creative, I want to say safe space in a way, because like you have this form where you have kind of a guaranteed audience. Like if you make a demo, people are going to see it. You can put it into a competition, people are going to watch it, and people are going to cheer. And
as a party, it's got some unique kind of atmosphere to it, the way it's laid out. The venue is really lovely, and it's very kind of very fitting, I think, to have something like this here, because it's very kind of technical, but artistic. So yeah, it's really good, really good. I mean, a lot of demo parties are very friendly anyway, but yeah, this one is, without exception, yeah, really good.
I am a musician for Logicoma, and that's mostly what I do in our productions. But the collaboration between the coder, the musician, any other people giving direction is maybe what gives me the most. Just when you see the final product on this big screen, you hear your sound, you feel like you've achieved something. Without, maybe you won't win, that doesn't really matter, but the feeling that you made something with your good friends. Personally, I love playing live. That's a great feeling. But I think I enjoy most creating the sounds, like, yeah, being a little nerd, going into my office, put my headset on and just be a nerd for a whole night. Before I joined the Demoscene, I've created music for forever, in my opinion. But then I got the chance to join Ferris at one of these parties in 2016, I think, and that just blew my mind. Like, if I can do what I love with other people that loves the same thing, part of the liberty of being a musician is to just do what you want. You can say a curse word, you can create an awful sound that no one else likes, but still it's accepted, and I just love that about the Demoscene. Just do what you want.
And there's a lot of like cross-pollination of ideas from different groups and different sceners, and especially there's a lot of demo sceners that are also really deeply technical that I really kind of see as an inspiration. So like if they do something cool, I'm always motivated to do something cool as well. I think most of my inspiration artistically comes from outside of the demo scene, but then the demo scene is kind of a great place to kind of filter that and kind of put my take on it. It's a way to, again, kind of express myself artistically by writing code, and also like even with deeply technical stuff, like whether it's heavy math or compression or whatever, it's like if I can understand that and then create it, then I feel like I've achieved something, and I feel like I've expressed myself that way.
Yeah, so I think I draw a lot of my inspiration from a lot of the music that I listen to, which is partly in the demo scene, but also commercially released music, independent music. I draw a lot of inspiration from basically everything that I hear, and it's just, I think the thing about the demo scene is that we're kind of self-imposing limits on our sounds. Like for the 64Ks, for example, the thing that I like is trying to replicate like a sound or a style of music within that restriction. and it's really satisfying when it you pull it off and it sounds good. So that's kind of why I really kind of enjoy what we're doing here. It's just those restrictions that kind of really breed that imagination, that innovation. So the social aspect of the demo scene is the thing that's really kind of pulls you in and keeps you going. So I know since I've been going to more demo parties in the last 10 years, I've got my Facebook is just filled up with friends across so many different countries, and it's a real eye-opener for me.
Almost everybody I know from the scene was going, so I decided to go with them and have some kind of reunion, let's say. And we even started to do a little, I think it's 64 intro or something that we are making right now. So now everybody's old. So very few young people, which is a shame. But generally, I was following the scene from time to time. I looked what's new. I saw some productions. I checked the stuff. Last year I didn't. This year I checked some new stuff. I realized that there are still some pretty cool things going on, which always kicks me to want to do something, but then I have so much work that I couldn't. But yesterday we discussed that we should do something big again. Well, I don't think we will, but it would be cool. Since I work in the games industry, I understand theoretically how things work, which helps me a lot to actually do and design stuff that should be implemented. But I have terrible memory, which is a big problem for coding, so that's probably one of the reasons why I'm not doing it. But generally, I have pretty good understanding about the technical limitations and such things. So I like to work with coders.
I approach code as it's a tool. I could have at a young age tried to learn like 3D modeling and other sort of things like that, but I didn't feel like just learning a single tool like a software, because a software can become obsolete or it can become like totally different and so on. So, but code is more like something that once you learn it, you can apply it anywhere and use it anywhere. So I just think it's a really nice way of expressing yourself, because you can do pretty much anything in it. If you have a software, you might find a limitation. Oh, you can't do this yet, or you can't do this at all. It's not possible. But with code, you can you just have to put some effort into it, and then you can do anything.
Yes, so if you don't read assembling language, then this is a perfect time to go out and have a beer or two.
It's nice to be here. And it's nice to be somewhere different since over the past 5 or so years, it's really only been Norwegian that I visited and something local Swedish. So one of the things that I enjoy about visiting here is that I run into a whole bunch of people which I didn't even know that I knew them, so to say. I find that it exists in a very weird place, because what used to be driving it was that this was the most inspiring thing that you could make with a computer. Whereas these days you have so much of the tools and technology that you can do pretty much everything you would like offline. How far can we take things if we adhere to that? In that way, there are still a lot of things coming out of the demo scene, which are outstanding and which just aren't created anywhere else. It's difficult to get into the demo scene still. A large part of the problem there is that the bar has been creeping upwards year after year after year after year. So how do you make something that is relevant if you're a newcomer? It's difficult, particularly if you can look at the old platforms. A lot of things that are simple to do have already been done, and people are like, okay, so give me something new then. And well, that means that you need to be really, you need to be at the top of your game and amass a large body of existing knowledge before you'll be able to do something that really that sticks out, that makes people go, okay, this is fresh, this is interesting, this is new.
I really like Demobit. I mean, Demobit is it's a demo party, but it doesn't feel like a demo party. Usually, demo party often comes a lot of negative stuff comes with it, like the party hall stinks and it's dark in there and it's moist and cold. But this is a very comfortable area, and I think that also the atmosphere. I think it affects the atmosphere, and I think also the atmosphere contributes to it with the people, because Demobit has the courage to be a non-demo party, and I think that helps with a lot. At least we get to feel how this sort of party feels, and I think it's been a positive experience for everyone. So I think more parties, the more visitors we get here, I hope we start to more parties more into this direction, that it's more comfortable and not just a cheap venue and cheap booze, and try to have fun under those conditions.
If I'm working together with the right person from the art side, then it really is a question of artistic expression. And I find though that it's difficult to find the right art person to collaborate with to get that sort of thing going. When I'm not having that sort of direct collaboration, then it devolves into, okay, now it's just plain old problem solving sort of thing that I was doing, like this kind of like the sort of thing that I'm doing at work, more or less.
Here is the Atari bus.
always people who are so much better in something than me, and I really appreciate that, and I really love that. And first of all, I'd like to thank the Zen for all of this.
Whatever you say, man.
Yeah, it was beautiful. Thank you.
Huge thanks for Blala, boys.
Learn more Demobit, and I will finally learn how to spell your name.
The last one!
To have something to play Fortnite on. Minecraft. Full resolution.
Just intelligent without heart or certain social meaning.
And I would like to thank them also for inviting me to be here with you to see anything that can be seen. The top of the tops of the demo scene. And thank you very much. And see you in Bratislava in 2020 on Demobit.
I'll come every year from now. This venue, the feeling of being here is great. Like, for me, I cannot compare it to any other demo party because I feel like Demobit is so different than any other demo party. But here I feel like everyone is sitting in groups talking to each other. Yes, people have their computers, but I feel like Demobit is a place where you can show people